other attacks against innocent civilians leading back to well before October 7th. With respect to the explosions in Iran today, what I'll say, we have been following the reports rather closely. We don't have any independent information to offer on them. We do express our sympathies to the victims and their loved ones who died in this horrific explosion. As I said, it's too early, at least for us, to be able to say what might have caused it. But I do want to address some of the irresponsible claims that I have seen circulate and say that, number one, the United States was not involved in any way, and any suggestion to the contrary is ridiculous. And number two, we have no reason to believe that Israel was involved in this explosion.
Why not?
We just do not have any information to believe that that's the case.
Did someone suggest that they were? I mean, other than the...
We have seen multiple accusations related to both supposed fictional United States involvement, and as I said, we have no reason to believe Israel was involved either.
And what about on...
My question is, what would be the U.S. response if Iran directly attacked on Israel in view of a recent attack on Hezbollah and to the explosion on Iran that Iranian government believes are associated with Israel government?
So, I never want to speculate about things that have not happened, especially when there is no reason for Iran to launch such an attack.
In response to the questions about the blast, the explosions or explosions in Iran, you said that it was ridiculous to suggest or speculate that the United States had any involvement in this. I'm just curious as to why. The United States has a long history of doing things in Iran. I go back to 1953, but since before both of us were born, it took decades after 1953 for the U.S. to admit its role, and the Brits as well, to admit their role in the coup. But let's go more recently, just 4 years ago, and the reason that this explosion happened today is on the anniversary of Soleimani. His death, which was loudly and proudly claimed by the United States government at the time. So why is it ridiculous for people to think or speculate that that what happened today had nothing to do with the United States?
Look, people are always going to make all kinds of claims and all kinds of speculations. I think it's ridiculous because it didn't happen. And that's what I can say from this podium, that we were not involved.
So if you were involved, though, you'd be out there saying, yes, we did it.
You were asking. We are getting into several levels of counterfactuals here. We were not involved.
Okay, but I'm not sure I understand why you say that it's ridiculous for people to think that, or to speculate it, or to speculate about it, or to suggest it, given the history of the United States in Iran.
I will say, if the reports coming out of Iran are accurate, these are explosions that have killed dozens, by some reports over 100 civilians. The United States was not involved with those, and you can disagree. I think it's ridiculous to suggest that we were.
Oh, no, I'm not disagreeing. I just want to.
Yeah, fair. I shouldn't have said that.
You come out and say it's ridiculous. I mean, the U.S. also, I believe, I can't remember the exact year, shot down an Iranian airliner.
We're getting back into ancient history before it's not ancient. I was alive, but certainly well before this administration was in office.